What are weak ties and what do they have to do with why I sold my espresso machine? So weak ties are the people outside of your core social network, basically your acquaintances. These are people who probably have completely different lifestyles and values that you don't actually see very often. It could just be the person you say hi to every day at your local coffee shop. Now here's the thing, even though your weak ties are by definition not as important or central as your strong ones, such as your family and your close friends, they can actually make a really big difference to your life. Mark Granovetter published this paper in 1973 called The Strength of Weak Ties, and it introduces the idea that weak ties are actually incredibly important to our overall well-being, and that cultivating them should be something that everyone makes an effort to do. The most compelling argument to me was that your strong ties usually tend to be in the same bubble as you, so new information and opportunities actually tend to come from your weak ties. And just apart from that, think about how nice it is to be recognized when you walk into a coffee shop or a new restaurant. So I got into the habit of getting a cortado every single day at my local coffee shop, to the point where I knew everybody there and could always strike up a conversation when I walked in. And at some point I realized it would just make sense to buy an espresso machine and save some money, but I never ever ended up using it. And I realized that what I really valued wasn't even necessarily the coffee, but getting a bit of fresh air and seeing a friendly face. Weak ties are also instrumental for bringing new people into your life. For example, 30 years ago, the most common answer to how did you meet your significant other was through friends. And these days, most of us are kind of at the mercy of dating apps. I don't know, I feel like these days when everyone is on their phone, striking up a conversation with someone you don't really know feels crazy. And as amazing as our world is, that's an aspect of society that I honestly find kind of sad. And that, in a nutshell, is why I will never ever ever be buying a coffee machine.